And I'm back with the second part of my recent pickup video. These cards are going to be focusing from 1967, I think, onto 1981. Starting with a nice Whitey Ford from 67. I really like the 67 design. Alkaline near mint 7. Cards Clubbers near mint 7. Catfish Hunter near mint 7. We've got a Hoyt Wilhelm and a 7, and then for my Juan Marichal collection, just a 67 checklist. Then on to 68, got a couple of these. A nice near mint NL strikeout leaders with 3 Hall of Famers on it: Jim Bunning, Ferguson Jenkins, and Gaylord Perry. Then for my Rod Carew collection, I got his second year card, a near mint 68 top. And then Rocky Calavito. Then the World Series Game 1 with a Lou Brock, Sox 4 hits. Then a 68 checklist with Carl Yastrzemski on the card. Then a couple Hall of Fame pitchers again, Jim Bunning and Hoyt Wilhelm, both those in an 8. And then I like these All-Star cards from 68. I'm intrigued to collect them all just to get the puzzle pieces on the back. If you see them, they have a puzzle piece on the back. But I've got the Rod Carew, the Lou Brock, and just a random Gary Peters, all in an 8. These aren't that hard to get in a high grade, actually. You can pick up the 8s for fairly inexpensive prices for a card from 68. And then just a Lou Brock and a, for my Jim Palmer collection, 68, and both those in a 7. And then 2 of the inserts that you could get. Basically, these came in packs after Series 2 of 68. So I've got a Brooks Robinson and Roberto Clemente. And then on to these. These are 2 interesting ones. I had this Nabisco TM Flakes card in Bob Gibson, just authentic. I actually got this one in a 7. And then the 69 Transogram for my set. I have a really nice near mint 1970 Transogram, but I didn't have the 69. So I got this one. It is only a VG3, but it has actually great eye appeal. The only problem is that there's a little crease here in the corner. Otherwise, this card is totally clean front and back. So to get that, I got a good deal on it. Obviously, it's just a VG, but sometimes you scratch your head when they're grading things. They really degrade stuff for just a crease, where if it's got sharp corners, great color, no defects of any other kind. Oh, it's not me. I just scratched my head on those. And then a checklist, 1969. It's got Don Drysdale on it. Another interesting card that I've been looking to get for a while, the 69 Willie McCovey. This is the last name in white. It is a VGEX. It's a 4, and this one is definitely worthy of a 4. It has also some creasing issues, some corner issues, which is odd because this is a 4. And it looks, you know, if you looked at it, you could really tell, yeah, that is a 4. It's kind of beat up. But like I said, with this Gibson over here, it's clean all the way across except for some creasing issues. And it came on the back of a toy figurine, so that's why it's got the natural crease just from the box itself. So yeah, it is what it is. Then a 69 Palmer from my Palmer collection. That's a really nice, well-centered Palmer, an 8. Then a couple cards more from my collection. The Juan Marichal here, Decal Edge. Hard to get these in higher grade. The card is clean. It's just that they don't grade very well. But they're not that expensive. 2 1968 top stamps. I got the Gibson from my Gibson collection, and then a Gaylord Perry. The case is cracked a little bit, but I got a good deal on it. Then a Rod Carew, Milton Bradley, and an 8, and then just a random Johnny Unitas and an 8, 1970 Johnny Unitas. A couple more on the 1970s. I got a 1970 Peachy Bob Gibson from my Bob Gibson collection, and then for my Juan Marichal collection, NL pitching leaders in an 8. Then I've got Lou Brock and Jim Palmer in 7s. 1971 Jim Bunning in a 7, and then Joe Morgan 72 in a 7. A couple more 72s, Jim Palmer in a 7, and a really nice Ferguson Jenkins in an 8. The 73 Kellogg's, these cards, you can always get these in high grade at a really good price. Didn't pay much for these, but I just like the good photography, good sharp cards. They're the only ones that don't use that transogram or that 3D technology, but still a cool set to collect. So Alkaline and Reggie Jackson. And then a couple just regular 73 tops, a Don Sutton and an 8. And then just for my Steve Carlton collection, league leaders, ERA leaders, and a 7. A couple Gaylord Perrys, his 73 tops candy lid. And then this 74 has got his autograph. It's just authenticated on it. Two more nice 74s. Two real Hall of Fame pitchers, Ferguson Jenkins and Raleigh Fingers, in 8s. Then coming down, Harmon Killebrew in an 8. And then the last stamp that I needed for my collection, my Bob Gibson collection, the 74 stamp. And then another authenticated stamp panel from 74. It's got two guys I collect, Jim Palmer and Frank Robinson, in it. And then to my growing Lou Brock collection, the 74 highlights, his 75 card actually, but his 74 highlights. And then his 76, just regular card. And then a league leader card that's autographed by him from 76. Then the 76 Jim Palmer, I like that card for some reason, just the colors or just the action photo. I've always liked that one. And then a Ferguson Jenkins, this is an O-Pee-Chee from 77. A couple more 77s, Gaylord Perry and a 9 mint. And then a Lou Brock near mint 8. Dennis Eckersley's second year card and an 8, and then Jim Palmer. I know that's a good photo too here. 77 and 76. Jim Palmer has good cards of those years. Then Don Sutton, 77. And then Joe Morgan, a mint 9, 1979. And then for my Rod Carew collection, I had this 79 and an 8. And then Lou Brock and an 8. And Joe Morgan and a 9 here. And then this Kirk Gibson rookie, these 81 cards are hard to grade, real high. So just 8, it's about average, nothing too special. And then some oddball cards, some kind of larger stuff. This 68 Topps Action Don Drysdale sticker, it's just a VGX. So a 4, and it's miscut, which is it's fair, it's clear. These are kind of an experimental thing. I have the one with the Bob Gibson for my collection. Saw this one with the Don Drysdale, thought I'd pick it up. And then a couple coins here, 64 Juan Marichal on a 7, and then this Joe Morgan from 71 and an 8. So I just, thanks for watching. I wanted to show that last bit of my recent pickups over the last 8 months until I post another vehicle. Thanks again.